Welcome to the finale of King's Quest VII.
So we're still in Neverland.
Ah!
Yeah. Oh.
Oh shit.
Don't worry, we'll just fall here.
Okay.
Of course.
Now we have to tame that nightmare symbionte thing.
With our we don't have to tame it, we have to catch it, because remember, Indian dream catcher.
Yeah.
This is... Wait, taming? Oh no, this isn't the check again, is it?
How to train your nightmare, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Valanis, we don't have all that time.
Yeah, she's
Like,
you know,
it's not like a volcano is about to erupt.
I mean, yeah, I mean, for someone who's supposed to be in a big rush, she isn't exactly rushing.
Yeah.
Game mechanics, Dribs.
Yeah, but that's weird because the other King's Quest games had a option to set the speed to high standards.
My guess is it's because of the
What those
animation.
fan remakes?
It's because no, actually, the King's Quest 5 and 6 also had that. The thing is, Theo, remember this is handmade animation, so it would be a little harder to. This animation was actually done on paper and stuff like that. It was imported into the game instead of being actual sprite animation.
There we go.
So speeding this up is not so much, you know.
Dream catcher.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, here we go.
We caught it. We can go in.
Yep. Let's go.
Let's see how's inside. Oh, hello there.
The Dreamweaver. And I'm kidding, that's actually the name, Dreamweaver.
Looks like that guy from the Legend of Zelda CDI games.
My boy, this is
No.
what all true dreams strive for.
Yeah.
Let's see then.
Excuse me. Hello?
Oh, hello there. Oh, fuck you then.
What do you want?
I need your...
Why did you have to wake me up? I don't want to read lines yet.
Actually, he's awake. It's just. I
No,
don't know.
I was talking about his actor. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like he's just been woken up,
Yeah.
Your aunt
or he's hungover.
told me this
Leave the
offer.
paycheck on the door.
My business with you is most urgent.
Is it now?
Yeah, so urgent that I just walked here
Music.
casually, actually.
Irritating. I suppose I should have had a second creature on hand.
Oh,
I seldom leave more than
Dick.
one at a time. Nightmares are solitary creatures, you know. They will destroy each other on sight.
Okay.
Dreamweaver, listen to me.
Yeah.
All and Titania are missing, and Mab has been horribly cursed. I must reach her Isle of Dreams while awake and cure her, or all will be lost.
and now he cares.
My precious sister is missing.
I still sound very... I sound so concerned.
Basically, he's a sister of Titania, aka the Queen of the Fairies. The brother,
I know.
actually.
Yeah. Again, that's the problem when you have... That's a problem with bad acting. You're supposed to and then you're supposed to sound concerned, but when you sound bored instead, that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah. Don't worry, Dwebs. This character will be along right about now, actually.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And now he gave us a magic carpet. Go
Yes.
figure.
This carpet is actually a dream, so with it, we can teleport ourselves to Dreamland in a flash. There we go.
Hi.
There. Now we came here awake. There we go. Oh, crap.
Oh
It's
shit.
that nightmare from the other time we came here. That's okay. Pokemon!
Yay!
That's a
Insert Pokemon capture sound here.
That's a tip. Remember how the Dreamweaver said nightmares are solitary creatures. They'll destroy each other. Yeah, that was our hint for this particular part.
And he died.
Don't worry, guys. Remember, we're a Daventry woman, so we're fine.
Yeah.
All right, we've already seen that, so skip it.
That's sexist. Ding.
Sexist, but
Again, the men can't swim, but the women can.
Oh, don't you see, Dwebs? According to Anita Sarkeesian, it's only sexist if it's against women. We can be against men as long as we can, as much as we want. It's only women that are that you know.
Of course, that makes perfect sense.
So let's free Miss Girl from the chunk of ice.
Okay, that's the thing. Now we can finally.
This is Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Look, Lava Girl gets frozen in ice.
Okay, so now that we can finally carry physical objects into the Dreamland, now we have to get back to our main plan. You may remember how the Lady Series in the last part taught us that we need a shaft of crystal imbued with sunlight. So where to get a shaft of crystal?
By Sonic Boom.
Any guesses, Jova?
Oh, the shattered crystal? Well, it's simple. We passed by that jewelry.
No, a shaft
so
of crystal. A shaft of crystal. Or a crystal shaft, if you prefer.
Sorry, it sounded like shattered crystal, so...
Okay, guess what? Time to...
Oh, a shaft of crystal. Oh, of course. Melicia's house.
Indeed.
Bye.
And that fucking dog is in there. Basically, we can't go while the dog is barking because that means she's home. So we have to wait till she's out.
Okay.
Hey, dude, how you doing?
Hey, come here often.
Okay, then let's try now.
Okay, is that how they talk in weird burps?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
All right, now we're fine. Let's go.
Logical.
Let's sneak again.
Remember, remember, Dwebs. There's a reason why fans from the old days coined the term Sierra logic.
Yeah. Does that? I haven't completed the first chapter of King's Quest 2015 yet, but does that logic still apply in that game?
Not so much.
In some cases.
For the most part, it's logical, but when it gets illogical, the game is self-aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More self-aware.
Okay, so let's try. Okay, guys, time to learn us a little awesome pun.
Oh shit.
I love what she says now.
You humans don't have the best survival instincts, do you?
Well...
Yeah.
Oh, look, guys, we're toast. Get it?
Literally the precursor of I am bread.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's now let's actually do this properly.
Oh, fucking dog.
What are you even sniffing there?
I smell Daventry.
Too bad there won't be anyone left to admire my beauty. 'Cause
Let's just say beauty is relative and leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
no matter, you naughty boy. Let's go watch the fireworks.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was going to say, let's go watch the football.
Poor dog.
Okay, now that she's out,
There we go.
it's amazing how little she takes care of her own house, considering she left a whole fucking underground tunnel under it.
Yeah.
Okay, taking a crystal shaft from the lamp, because obviously she would not notice this.
Because, that's a very minute detail.
Now we have to imbue it with sunlight.
So anywhere in this world is there a lot of sunlight?
Well, not in England, that's for sure.
Well, I mean in the world of this game, Dibs.
Too bad we cannot count on Soler of Astoria.
It's actually pretty simple if you remember the beginning of the game. The desert. I mean, come on. What better way to get sunlight than being in a freaking desert?
Unless you're that place in Australia, but they wanted to film Mad Max Fury Road.
Seen her real face in years.
Okay then. Alright.
How that mirror's able to resist her face, I don't know.
Alright, so I'm gonna use the carpet as a shortcut.
Hadoosh.
There we go. And now again, to go back to Etheria.
Hey, love. Wait. Was it something I said?
Yes.
No, wait, no.
Alright,
There we go. So, which rainbow gets us to the desert?
you'll see.
The one on the top right.
Actually, I wanted to show off the other rainbows because I still haven't used these other
Right.
two, so I might as well show where this
And the rest,
one leads.
and the rest of these vids are going to be death videos recorded by was it Dynamite Eddie or was it?
No. Okay, so this one leads to Falderall.
Oh, the Mockingbird's gone.
They're all gone, but it's because they're all trying to run away from the volcano. Like, for example, if you're going to the faux shop right there, the owner will just say, Lady Valanice, this world is no longer safe for you. Go back to your own world if you can, for we are all doomed.
Hi, horse. Bye, horse.
Hi, horse.
Okay, now this one.
What if one of these rainbow roads actually led to death or something? It'd
That
be
would be dickish.
There
it's
we
like
go.
it's like in one of the Mortal Kombat
Deja
games.
vu.
It's like in one of the Mortal Kombat games where if you die, you fall into a pit and you have 10 seconds to respawn, otherwise you hit a bed of spikes at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because we come back here where it practically started.
Yep. Back where we started.
Ladies and gentlemen, King's Quest of Solace.
I'll still say this, the plot of this game makes more sense than Quantum of Solace's plot.
You're not
Wow,
alone on
it's
that.
that bad.
Yes, it's
yes.
that bad.
It's
It is.
108 minutes of poor editing and confusing plots. And also stupid character decisions.
Thank God for Sam Mendes and John Logan.
And the other writers, Purvis and Wade.
Okay, so yeah, that there's a ray of sunlight there, so we can use this to imbue our crystal shaft with sunlight.
Great.
By the
I
power of
knew that would come in handy.
by the power of Grayskull.
There you go.
I have the power.
Remember, Ribs, we already used that in King's Quest V, so...
Did we?
Yep, we did.
Yep, we did. So let's move on.
Okay, now we can
Now
finally...
we can finally free her.
Yeah. It's about time. I've been stuck in this ice for 50 days.
You're frozen. How are you even talking?
Mind powers.
Telepathy.
Stay cool, bird boy.
Ugh.
You know what's sad, Tio? I can only really enjoy those lines when I'm watching them independent of the movie.
There you go.
There we go.
What? Well, who are you? I am Valanice of Daventry, my lady ma'am. I urgently need your help. Militia has ignited the volcano.
I
and
just
overrun the
recovered from
volcano.
ice. I'm very weak at the moment.
I know, but there's a volcano about to erupt. It's kind of urgent.
So that she could destroy us all. Well, she won't succeed. You must send winds to find the king and queen.
So basically we have to find the king and queen. They're the only ones who can help.
How am I to do
Aha.
You must harness the wind through
Well, it's called King's Quest. I'm sorry.
King Lebanon will surely help you. I must go, brave Valanice. I must try to hold back.
I was just going to say my planet needs me.
Like, kinda.
Free me from my prison.
She said half of the line.
If we all survive,
I must go. My planet needs me.
sweet dreams.
Oh, she said that as thanks from now on, she will only send us sweet dreams for the rest of our life.
Well, that's nice.
Ooh.
Alright, so now that she gave us a horse thing so that we can tame that ghost horse thing, so that we can ride to the top of this mountain and meet Oberon, the king of winds and shit. Yes,
Yay.
yes, there's two kings. There's the king. This is the king of the fairies, but there are technically two kings. The king of the wind, which runs over this specific mountain,
Excuse me.
and the king and queen of the fairies, who reign the entire land in general. Weird monarchy they've got.
Of course.
Weird monarchy they've got set up here. Okay.
Yeah, going off of Daventry, it's part of the course.
Okay. So the thing we have to do is we have to hide here behind the rock, so that the ghost doesn't see us. There we go. Now we play the waiting game. There he is.
Oh.
That didn't take too long.
Yeah. Of course not. We just had to edit it out. We just had to edit this out in post.
And there you go. Chapter 5 ended. Now it's just cutscene until the end.
Okay. So, and now just like almost
Oh,
a lot
crap.
of game. No, just like a David Cage game.
hold on.
Just sit back and wait.
What have I told you about eating people? What have I
Wait, excuse me? Okay, I didn't show that, but basically you can actually find this guy somewhere in Etheria and he will eat you out of nowhere. So, basically. Oh.
Who are you?
That's a king's voice if I've ever heard it. King of the Wind.
Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear.
It looks like the ghost of her Ghostbusters logo.
I am Valenice of Daventry. Your Majesty, we must summon Oberon and Titania. The Lady Militia plans to detonate the volcano and all of
Yeah,
the
that
rich
conveniently
destroy.
plays Volcano in the background.
I can't be asked.
Come to me. Reminds me of reminds me of the voice of the Door of Destiny in King's Quest 2.
You know when they say "come to me," I'm reminded of that of Jessica Jones. I've been watching that recently. Hey Pedro,
Yeah.
you thought Sense 8 had a lot of weird sex coming in out of nowhere?
Oh.
Jessica Jones has got something to say about that. Although at least the plot's decent there.
How's David Tennant as Purple Man?
He's got the he is creepy enough. He's just using his 10th Doctor voice.
Anyway.
Okay. Oh, there they are.
Oh, Flying Swans.
Excuse me.
Aha!
There we go.
Militia has ignited the volcano. Are you sure of this?
See for yourself. my
Yeah, see
lord.
for yourself, dude.
Sweet Mother Nature.
It didn't look. In fact, you have your eyes closed, so...
Valiant and brave.
Also, you're married to She-Hulk.
Mind powers,
Or a
Pedro.
scroll.
Mind powers, Pedro. Mind
it looks a lot like Zeus. Like...
Yeah.
There is one thing, however, we're forgetting. And she just remembered.
Yeah.
My daughter!
Yeah.
Oops. Du-du-du-du-du.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. And here's chapter 6. Ready, set,
Ready, set,
boom!
boom.
By the way, Pedro, you gonna show off both endings?
Yes, I am.
Ah.
Okay, so basically we have the real King Otar just told us switch the one from T to F. I don't know what he means by that, but sure, let's do that. It says there T right there, so we can not turn this in. And now it says F. I don't know what this means exactly, but let's point it at the false king then.
Okay.
See what happens.
Don't you get it? True and false.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, plot twist.
Oh.
Edgar from King's Quest 4.
From
Da-da-da-da.
King's Quest 4?
Yes. Yeah, what are you doing here? What are you doing here, Edgar?
Hey,
Hold on. They're gonna explain things. They're gonna explain things. Hold on.
from King's...
Oh shit.
Remember, Jova, the Edgar from King's Quest 4? But don't worry, they're gonna explain.
Yes, I do remember him.
Dun, 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 dun. Hi, Edgar.
Okay.
I have something so special in store for you. I hope you enjoy hot weather.
Oh, cause the volcano. Oh, you're so smart, Militia.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh shit.
The scenery. The scenery is delicious.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she's She should be dead at this rate.
Well, no, she's
not quite.
Not quite yet, actually. The lava's still far.
I was just thinking the temperature from the lava should be enough to...
Dweebs, it's a common cliche in video games and movies.
Convection, smavection, as TV tropes it.
Honestly, Dweebs, considering how unrealistic this series has always been, this is pretty tame, honestly. Alright, so Edgar went to get Valenice.
How intense.
Okay, so from this point on, and I love this. They're gonna try to stop the volcano with a fucking spider web. Brilliant! Our gods, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it depends. Spider-Man's put out quite a few fires with his web, so maybe it might work.
Yeah, but he hasn't tried to stop a volcano, Jova, has he? Okay, they might have done...
Okay,
hey, Jova, you know...
Actually, his webs have managed to stop flaming in lava before.
Do you think Spider-Man would have been able to do that if they made Amazing Spider-Man 4 or something?
It's possible. I mean,
Free was supposed to have him bring back characters from the dead. Why stop there?
Honestly, dude, Spider-Man has done way crazier things than stop the volcano.
Okay, so we used the shovel to dig our way out of there, so we're back to the volcanic underground, so time to stop the volcano before it explodes.
Unless you're Superman or the Thunderbirds, you're not really going to have much luck stopping volcanoes.
Right now,
the reason I'm weirded out about Edgar is that wasn't he Lolote's son, so how is he now Oberon and Titania's son?
He's the illegitimate son.
That's because apparently turns out that Lolote kidnapped him back when he was a kid. Turns out he was never actually Lolote's son, apparently.
Would have been nice for him to tell us that in King's Quest IV, now wouldn't it have been?
I guess it's one of those things that recreated as the games went on.
Don't you get it, Jova? At the time, Oberon and Titania weren't created yet.
So let me guess, it's going to turn out that Edgar's the one that Roselle's going to marry, and she will no longer be a princeless bride.
Exactly.
Well, it was kind of given, honestly, already in King's Quest IV.
Okay, there you go. Basically,
doesn't she reject him in King's Quest IV?
She did, but I guess now... hold on, we'll see. Okay, so the king told me to put this in the socket right here to activate it. There you go. The device that can destroy militia is now activated, so let's save it for later. But now we gotta wake up the king, because he's the only one who can deactivate the volcano. Wake up, dude.
I forgot. What good does boiling this volcano do for the villains?
When it erupts, the first one to be hit will be Etheria, and militia wants to destroy Etheria as revenge because militia was actually banished from Etheria, and we're gonna learn a little more detail about that in a moment. So yeah, as you can see, chapter 6 is very short, which is why I put the finale right here.
Well, that happened.
Oh. What happened to your eyes?
I'll never see you again.
I've passed so much shit to get here.
Yeah.
I saw the castle and I jumped in to see, and the Troll King, I mean Edgar, well, he just... Edgar?
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh. Yeah, we kind of forgot about her.
No, you'll not touch her.
Out of my way, whelp. I enslaved your little mind once. Don't think I'll be so kind this time.
Man, Edgar has this weird history of being enslaved by witches.
And being something.
Alright, now time for a duel of wizards and shit.
Oh, he's a magician.
Well, he is the king. Well, he is the prince of the fairies, so I guess it makes sense.
Right.
Okay, so we killed... Oh, crap, we killed... Okay, and now, ladies and gentlemen, let's see exactly what the mysterious device does. Babality. That's right, it turns into a baby. Okay. Hey, doggy.
You're my favorite baby.
Cuddles doesn't approve. You know what? You become a baby too. There you go. That's optional, by the way. We don't have to turn him into a baby too. But I figured, why not? Okay, yeah. Okay, so... Yeah, Edgar's...
Now what do we do with her?
Edgar is dead now. Oh, there's his ghost there.
Oh, shit.
Ah, well.
By the way, there's the woman who murdered him right there. Feel free to do it first.
They know. Hold on.
Was your son?
Dun dun dun.
There you go. Oh. Yep.
It was your valiant daughter who freed him, and we were a family once more. Then he vanished again at his own homecoming celebration. I know now it was all part of Militia's evil plot.
We have very shit luck.
There you go.
I'll see.
Monster! How could you?
No, my love, no. Whatever Militia was, she is no more. Can't you see this is only an innocent babe?
Unless
she's eventually gonna grow up again.
Well, they're gonna try to raise her better, I guess.
That's gotta be the most ironic thing. Raising what is essentially the woman who killed your son.
Well, she is Titania's sister, as he just said. So, I guess.
Okay, so now Militia's sister is her surrogate mother.
Yep. And this is the bad ending. There you go. We're done with the bad ending. I mean, so this is how the game. So this is how the game ends if you do the bad ending. Well, aka if you don't save Edward. Okay, remember how in Chapter 4 we got ourselves an extra life from the cat?
Yeah.
That's okay. I know that usually extra lives look like green mushrooms, but let's just go with the game's logic and pretend this is an extra life.
Yeah.
There we go.
Let's still find it. Whatever. Anywho, he's back now.
I thought we'd never see you
again. Godson, I'm sorry. We should hire better security this time.
yeah, you kind of should.
Your son, Edgar? You know our son?
Why are you laughing?
Well, you see, I was stolen as a baby by an evil fairy named Lolotte.
This sounds familiar.
Well, that's because it's
Edgar's voice sounds a lot like what's the name? Spider-Man's voice actor.
He's the typical Disney prince voice.
Who, the character or me?
The character. Spider-Man's voice actor. I can't remember the name.
Which one?
The one that's usually been for the last years.
Drake Bell?
No. The one who voiced him, for example, in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Obviously according to the fan-made King's Quest IX, The Silver Lining, this is the ending that's actually canon. And, probably.
Silver Lining, was that fan game?
Yeah, hold on. There you go, my sister.
So
they're sisters.
she's gonna raise her sister as her own daughter. Okay. Huh. I guess that is how you can be both a father and son now that I think about it. So maybe the Mario Brothers movie was onto something.
I guess.
So yeah, it was actually Edgar who brought us into this world.
Yes.
Spider-Man in that game was voiced by Josh Keaton.
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, Josh Keaton. Josh Keaton's voicing Spider-Man anymore. Nowadays it's Drake Bell.
It's Drake Bell now, yeah.
All right, and here's the true ending, or good ending, however you want to call it. Again, we have to watch this in the resolution that was made, otherwise it will look pixelated as fuck. Even if you watch it in the resolution it's been made, it still looks a bit pixelated because of limitations at the time.
Ah, yes, 1994 PC stuff.
Yeah.
The irony.
Well, it looks better than 1998 PC stuff, as we'll find out next
So
time.
yeah, with that, the heirs of the Grand Family are basically becoming kings and queens of other realms.
So yeah, one thing.
They're gonna. Wait, hold on. These two are gonna become king and queen of Etheria?
Yes.
Huh, but there's already a king and queen.
Remember the curse, Jova. Over Daventry, your heirs shan't reign.
So, what were you going to say, Pedro?
Hold on, let me finish what I was saying to Jova. Remember,
I know about that, Pedro. But I mean, like, well, unlike in King's Quest VI, right, the king and queen were, ready to retire. I'm not quite sure that, literal gods are quite yet ready to retire yet.
I guess they figured, you know what, we're kind of shit at our jobs, might as well put somebody else here.
Yeah. So anyway, what are you going to say, Pedro?
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I still don't know. I'm still kind of hoping that in some of the later chapters, the new game explains who Gwendolyn is a daughter of, if either Alexander or Rosella, because they don't really say. It's kind of, but I'm guessing Alexander. But we'll see.
Oh shoot, that's right. Oh shoot, that's right. Chapter 1 of the new quill, let's call it, sort of shoots down the whole prophecy thing.
Well, that's because they're just following the official games, not the fan remakes. The King's Quest II remake was basically the AGI's attempt at trying to connect all the game's plot and making something.
Oh, I know about that. I know.
Personally, I actually really like that version of the story, so I'll take that as my personal headcanon. Anyway, so that's King's Quest VII. All right, let's start with Teo. Teo, now that you've gone through the game one more time, do you think now you think you've gone a little warmer to the game now?
Yes. I mean,
it's fun.
Sure,
isn't it?
it's not bad, as I say. Sure, it's not bad. It's not a bad game, but the things it misses, and I'm not even a fan of the animation per se. So it doesn't feel like a true King's Quest game to me, especially and also the lack of unwinnability. The fact that it's not that hard as before. It tried to capture a more wide range of audience by lowering the difficulty.
And to be fair, that's more so a change of times as opposed to an actual change in how the franchise was handled, since, nearly unwinnable games are kind of seen as dated.
Yeah,
I guess.
Especially by 1994.
But don't worry, I don't find it a bad King's Quest game, nor a bad game per se. It's not my favorite.
Too Disney for you. Too Disney for you.
I guess.
All right, Joe. Why don't you go ahead?
Okay, as far as I rank it amongst the King's Quest games, it's not quite good as 2, 6, and...
Okay.
Yeah, I have it tied with King's Quest 3 as a pretty good King's Quest experience, and definitely in at least my B+ rank of King's Quest games. The characters are, of course, fun as ever. The gameplay is fun. It is a bit of a disappointment that there aren't as many branching things or a lot of side stuff that'll show up that's optional. But hey, it's still overall fun, and you do feel like you've accomplished quite a bit. So yeah, I tie it with King's Quest 3. And yes, I put it above King's Quest 1.
Sure, yeah.
Go ahead, Waves.
Go ahead.
Okay, is this, after watching 6, it is a bit, this one is a little bit disappointing.
Yeah.
Because of it's disappointing in terms of story, because I don't think it's really all that ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying.
Fair enough.
I mean, then again, ambition can sometimes kill a story. So, yeah. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, totally.
And also, I'm actually kind of sad to hear that the voice acting quality kind of went a bit downhill, with the exception of Roger Jackson.
I wouldn't say it went down overall. I just say that, they're going for a bit of a different tone in the overall world and whatnot.
Yeah, no, it's just my problem is some of them, while they're trying, sound a little bit flat. A few of them just sound like they just woke up out of bed.
Yeah. I mean, granted, it is a bit of a downscale, but I wouldn't say it's fair to call it an overall decrease in quality. Because, like, well, it still is quality voice acting.
I mean, it's still better than Wilford Brimley as the narrator of King's Quest V.
I mean, and the picture, sorry, the art style is fine, but
it's Disney basically.
Yeah, it's Disney, so it's fine. And you know, hey, if Roberta and Lorelei Shannon were going for a more Disney-esque tone, then I guess they matched it decently enough. I guess,
complete with the dark off-screen deaths and everything.
Yeah, the music's okay, but again, I really don't like the death theme.
Yeah,
it's just generic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You died stuff. But yeah, overall it's okay.
Fun.
Yeah. For me, it's like I find this to be a pretty good King's Quest game and a pretty good game in general. It's like for the time, this, of course, before Square Enix was known as the company that was always pushing the envelope in terms of graphics, Sierra was the one doing it back then. I mean, Sierra's games always looked a million times prettier than any other games out there. And this is another example. I mean, the game looks beautiful for the time. Obviously, now the animation by today's standards looks choppy, but then again, considering this was the first game to really do something of this scale, I think it's definitely gets that excuse at least. The music, I think, is beautiful. I love a lot of tunes. A lot of them are catching. My personal favorite, of course, would be the forest theme, which I found to be really beautiful and soothing. The story is fun. Yeah, it's simpler and definitely not as good as King's Quest VI and the 2 remake. But for what it is, it's fine enough, and it's got plenty of great fun characters, and that's what really matters in the end. The gameplay is really where this game really definitely took a step back. It's a bit way too linear. The puzzles are so easy, and there's
I could do them.
Yeah, it's so. This game clearly was made to appease to the LucasArts people.
Basically, it reminded me a lot more of Monkey Island rather than a King's Quest game.
Yeah, basically, Jova, one of the main complaints, basically... At the same time Sierra was making these games, LucasArts was making the Monkey Island games and other point-and-click games, except the difference with the LucasArts games that they weren't unforgiving with the deaths and shit like that. They were much more, casual and stuff. And I guess maybe...
Don't get me wrong, though. There's still... The Monkey Island series is still very fun to play. It's just not challenging per se.
The thing, so yeah, I think the gameplay took a step back. They didn't really need. I mean, I understand the trying to get rid of some of the dated design stuff. However, I do think they could. However, I do think they didn't have to get rid of everything. They could have still. I mean, I do believe that the King's Quest 2 and 3 remakes by AGDI did a fantastic job of like, for example, in the AGI remakes, you cannot get lost forever, unlike the old games. You can, and as long as you're saving often, you'll never really get stuck at all. So I think they could have gotten things a little better, but that's just me.
If I may, a theory. I think that the reason the gameplay was dialed back a bit down was, well, because of how high spec the graphics were for their time.
But yeah,
my guess is like, well, they pulled a Square Enix and, they decided to sacrifice some gameplay slightly so that they could really show what what the tech could do at the time. And granted, I'd say that I could actually forgive them for that, seeing as how, I mean, yes, they sacrificed quite a bit of gameplay, but not too much to the point where it feels like the game's playing itself for you, and there are still at least some things where you can get tricked into doing. I'd say it's kind of similar to, a Final Fantasy game that does sacrifice gameplay for graphics, except this is it done right. It's like, yes, it will sort of perturb some people who want the full extent of gameplay, But I'd say it's like, well, it's sort of like a clever tech demo of sorts, except it's an actual full game, and while showing how great the graphics can be, it's still making sure to give you enough of a healthy dose of gameplay. My guess is like, well, they were planning to then follow through with this style for the sequel, but I'm guessing that something happened that eventually led to them releasing King's Quest VIII.
Yeah, with King's Quest VIII, Sierra was bought out by Activision. So
now that explains it.
And because of that, Roberta lost a lot of creative control, and because of that, we got the piece of shit that it is.
Okay. That explains it. In that case, my guess would be like, well, they were planning to then make a more expanded version with the same graphics.
The original plan. The original plan was to make a full open world King's Quest game in full 3D and all that shit.
Awesome.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Activision. But it will sell better if we make it action based and shit.
Guys,
go ahead.
Actually, Sierra got bought out by Vivendi Universal.
Yes, I know. Vivendi belongs to Activision.
They only got involved with Activision in 2008 because they merged.
Oh, okay, sure. Whatever.
How fitting.
Okay, whatever. The point is, they got bought out by a company, and the creators lost creative control. That's basically the gist of it. It's sad to see such an important series for the adventure genre to just die like that. Fortunately, the Odd Gentlemen are now trying to, bring it back. So,
and I had to say, kudos for the latest King's Quest games.
As far as I'm concerned,
by Activision, that actually isn't sucking.
And that's pretty much it. As far as the fans are concerned, this is the end of the original series. People usually like to pretend that King's Quest 8 doesn't exist because it's not a King's Quest game in any shape or form.
Speaking of King's Quest 8, that's what we'll be doing next time.
Yeah. See you then, folks.
Don't worry, Pedro. You will not be alone to see to know about the suffering.
See everybody.
How bad could it be?
You and your tempting fate, Jova.
See everybody.
Speaking of